Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at the 9 craziest roads you should never drive on. I'm sure we've all driven on roads we really wanted to get off very quickly. But that could have been because it's a bit of a tight squeeze, or maybe there's a lot of traffic. These roads, however, are something else, and many people who go on them don't make it back. So guys, before we drive off, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have BR-319. BR-319 is a highway located in Brazil. We all know that some areas in Brazil are kind of dangerous, and this highway is most definitely one of them. This road is famous in Brazil and around the world for very bad conditions. It's very poorly maintained, meaning it has ginormous potholes all over the place. This means many people who drive on this road pop their tires and crack their rims. Some people also mess up their car's suspension and alignment from this. BR-319 was actually made to open up the Amazon rainforest for economic reasons, but they hired very cheap and bad workmen to make this. Not only that, it's in a very remote location, meaning even the best workmen couldn't have done a great job. If it's raining, it's almost impossible to get through thanks to all of the thick mud. And many cars and even buses sometimes do get stuck on this road. There are also sections of this highway which are made up of bridges. However, these bridges are not made to support any kind of heavy vehicles. They're made out of wooden planks and seem very rickety. Some even say that simply walking on these bridges can make them shake. But despite this, people do drive very heavy vehicles such as trucks and buses over them. It's only a matter of time before one of these bridges breaks and something really bad takes place. Next up is 24 Zig Road. 24 Zig Road is located near the Guizhou province in China, and it's famous for being one of China's worst roads. It's built up a winding mountain which was constructed all the way back in WW2. It was only actually made for transporting supplies to resist Japan. However, now it's used for just regular vehicles. Amazingly, even though it was made in the 1940s, it hasn't been maintained at all. It's 4 kilometers long and is named after the 24 bends and zigzags. It's paved only with gravel, and it's actually recommended you don't use this road. But of course, many people ignore this warning and still do on motorbikes and even cars. This is because it's a shortcut to many places, such as Qinglong Town, but I wouldn't suggest putting yourself in danger just to get somewhere slightly quicker. This road does look absolutely amazing when it's all lit up at night. It almost looks like lava dripping down a mountain. But to be honest, driving on lava is probably equally as dangerous as driving on this road. Next up is KALLIKRATIS-RAPSODASOS Road. Now, this road is quite the mouthful, and it's located in southwest Crete in Greece. It's a road built on various curvy mountains and has very sharp winding turns. It's also an incredibly steep ascent and is made up of narrow zigzag roads. It's 11 kilometers long and has some of the most hairpin turns in the world. The road is actually made up of 27 hairpin turns as it goes very high. The highest point of this road is actually 800 meters above sea level. So not very well maintained as it's very narrow and bumpy. Scarily, many cars even fly off this road as there's absolutely no barriers or safety procedures. But despite all of these dangers, it's a big tourist attraction. You can take amazing photos of this road and get amazing views, especially of the Libyan Sea. But I don't care how good the views are, you have to be pretty crazy to drive up this road. Next up is TSUGARU IWAKI SKYLINE. So if you thought that Greek road with 27 hairpin turns was bad, check out this road located in Japan. This road has 66 hairpin turns, which is bound to make anyone not feel well in the car. This road is incredibly long and winding and goes up ginormous mountains. It begins at the bottom of Mount IWAKI and goes 1,250 meters above sea level. Just looking at this road from above is pretty hilarious as it looks like a winding snake. The reason it was built like this is because back when it was built, no cars could actually ascend such a steep mountain. So if you thought the winding roads of San Francisco were bad, then check this out. However, if you do manage to make it to the top, you are rewarded. That is with an amazing natural view. The road is named Skyline for a reason, as you get an amazing view from above the clouds. But for those who don't want to get car sick and aren't afraid of heights, you can actually get ski lifted up to the top of this climb. Next up is TRANS-SIBERIAN Highway. The TRANS-SIBERIAN Highway is one of the world's most famous roads because it's one of the world's longest. It's located in Russia and goes all the way from St. Petersburg to Vladivostok. This makes it an 11,000-mile road which takes days to complete. Also, because this road's so big, there's no way all of it can be well maintained. Some areas of the motorway are maintained very well. However, in the eastern part of this road, it's paved very, very badly. This makes it a very dangerous road considering people drive on it so quickly. Also, it goes through a lot of different terrains, seeing as it is Russia after all. If you want to complete this entire road, you're going to come across forests, deserts, and even mountains. Not only that, many people actually have to bring gas canisters with them while completing this road. That's because there's miles and miles of road with absolutely no gas stations or help phones anywhere. So if your car breaks down on the wrong part of the Trans-Siberian highway, you may never make it off that road. Next up is La Carretera de los Yungas. This road located in Bolivia has a pretty cool name, right? But things become a little bit more scary when you learn the translation of that is Death Road. This road has won the title of the most dangerous road in Bolivia. It's one very, very narrow single lane on a bunch of cliffs. There's absolutely no guardrails or safety procedures in place, and the drop is 2,000 feet. There's also some very scary hairpin bends which no cars can see around. And that's all in good conditions. After rain, when this road is very muddy and slippery, this makes things even more scary. Many cars simply slip off the mud and fall 2,000 feet to their peril. Also, many cars bump into each other when it gets foggy. Because these roads are so high up in the air, clouds and fog can be a very big issue for drivers. And if you're wondering how the road got its name, well, it's because over 300 people pass on every year on this road. So if you ever take a trip to Bolivia, I recommend staying far away from this road. Just the pictures are enough to make me cringe, so I can't imagine actually driving this in real life. Coming up next is Salar de UYUNI. This is yet another crazy road located in Bolivia, but its translation is not as scary, it just means UYUNI salt flats. But while the name might not be scary, the road definitely is. And that's because there really isn't one. Technically this is a road, but as you can see there's no road in sight. Only very knowledgeable local drivers are able to drive this area. That's because there's no sense of direction as everywhere looks exactly the same. Sometimes the sky even reflects into the water and makes you really trip out. This leads to people hallucinating and seeing mirages in the desert. Also, if you ever get lost in this area, you can pretty much guarantee you'll never see humans again. There's absolutely no phone reception or gas stations for miles around. And people are actually not supposed to drive here at night as it can get to minus 30 degrees Celsius. That's minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit, which of course is freezing cold. This place may look like heaven on earth. And with the amount of people who lose their lives in this area, that's pretty accurate. But really guys, while it may look cool for Instagram pictures, don't risk going out here unless you're with a very knowledgeable local. And finally on the list we have the I-35. The I-35 is an interchange in Fort Worth, Texas. If you're just driving on this road, it may look like any other highway. But when you see it from above, you can realize how ridiculous this road really is. It's like a ginormous spider's web of roads and kind of looks like a brain from up top. People often go over the 80-mile-an-hour speed limit on this road. And it's also said this road has cost over $2 billion to create. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote for the most crazy road on this list. I think it's the BR-319, as I can't imagine going over that rickety wooden bridge in a bus. If you guys want some more amazing videos, then check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that coming up on screen in a moment. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.